Are you existing or excelling? Living or truly alive? Make no mistake about it, there is a vast difference between the two. There is a moment in life where you simply know that you know this is what I'm meant for. This is why I'm wired this way. This is why I'm trekking this massive ball called Earth. When you've tapped into your it factor, when you've discovered your gift, that thing that gives you that get up and go, life no longer looks black and white for you. You start to see life HD, plasma screen, with all the fancy colors. You know what I'm talking about? And certainly when it comes to you really looking at life, you don't no longer feel ripped off by life when you know you're doing what you were created to do. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Your mama can't tell you or your daddy can't tell you what you were created to do. They may be helpful. Even following the best of friends in terms of their passions and their pursuits, they can't necessarily tell you what you were designed to do. And I know what you may be thinking is, well, Nisan, how do you know? And my retort to that is, I'm glad you asked. I am a Bucknell University alumnus, majored in management, minored in economics, and I took the typical Bucknellian route. I seen in that field of interest, my friends generally work for the major investment banks. And listen, I totally get it. It was the get rich quick scheme. And I'm all for that, secure the bag. While at the same time, I found myself as a stockbroker, watch the irony, broke. I was broken with fancy cufflinks on. Broken with a pinstripe suit. Broken with a fancy title over my name. And even while being broke, no, listen, it wasn't about the money because I was catching the money, but I was losing the dream. What I found that was interesting is that in that scenario, look, I remember the day. I was cold and callous, looking at a spreadsheet on Excel, making phone calls to high net worth individuals trying to manage their money, not really knowing really what I was doing. And then I'm taking my bag lunch like any other day to the office, get called into the branch manager's office, have a sit down with him, my assistant directly to the left of me. He looks me dead in the eyes and he says, Nisan, I have something to tell you. Today's your last day. You're fired. Damn, just like that. My life was changing. I was walking down this long aisle of shame, if you will. The bullpen that was filled with new financial advisors knew exactly what was going on. I couldn't even take all of my belongings, the key contacts that I had made, because I had to be escorted off the premise immediately. They didn't even let me go out the front door, y'all. They kicked me out the back door. Ouch. It was the best feeling of my life. I mean, the shackles were taken off my feet so that I could dance. Why was I feeling so free? Why was I feeling so liberated? Because I was living a life unfit for me to live. I was going toward a passion or a quote unquote pursuit that I really wasn't called to do. And you might be saying to yourself, even as a college student, wait a minute, but I'm an engineer, I'm an accountant. Can I tell you right now what I am? I'm a passionate fitness professional, multiple fitness businesses. And also, I'm feeling the most alive right now as a professional speaker. But I was trying to be a stockbroker. So you might be an engineer, but what if you're better suited as an accountant? What if you're better suited doing social work? What if it's a combination of the two or vice versa? I don't know. But I give you permission. You go like this. I give you permission to be on a dog hunt mission, almost like a greyhound chasing a rabbit out the gate, to find and dig and scratch for your purpose, to find your special call. Because listen to me, you should know this. Upwards of 50% of college students enter school undecided. Another 75% will change their major at least once within 4 years. Now, I'm not here to debate whether that stat is good or bad, but can I tell you what that speaks to me? You on a dog hunt mission. You really want to know why you're here. Can I tell you, perhaps, why that is so special? Because I want you to avoid the rocking horse syndrome, where you're rocking back and forth, trying to ruthlessly find your gift, but you're really not going anywhere. You're really not being productive. I believe, in fact, here it is, I've cracked the code. I believe I've come up strategically a way for you to find your gift. And it happened for me this way. I could share several principles with you, but I at least want to give you one. Can I give you just one? Eyes up, son. You sound monotone. Use your hand gestures. Say it to me verbatim. Don't look down on that paper. My mom was my speech coach before I ever wanted one. She would pull me into that small little beat up kitchen in grandmama's house. And she would act as if I was the next Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. trying to deliver his people from freedom. I mean, she believed in me. She knew that I had something special, y'all. And that's where we need to start. That's the principle that I want to give you right there. If we could just start with belief. Before you could ever discover your gift, you first got to believe you have one. You got to believe you got that secret sauce. You got to believe you got that juice. If nothing else, you got to believe you can walk on water if that's what it takes. You got to start with belief. And that's what landed me here. Belief. And even though I was verbally bullied for the way that I sounded in school, kids would huddle around and make a mockery of my voice. My mom still believed that I had something special. So sometimes I had to believe in her until my belief kicked in. I had to believe in somebody else's belief. You have a supernatural gifting in you to believe, to accelerate, and excel.